Friday vibes, fellas. Get hyped, fellas. Friday vibes. Hopefully you guys are doing well on this great Friday. You're getting fired up for the weekend. Woo! I know I'm pumped up for this weekend. Got a little St. Patrick's Day celebration here in Chicago. We've got blue water today in the river. Hey, come on by and check that thing out tomorrow. It'll be green. They dump in all the green liquid and orange goo, and that sucker turns green. So that'll be a good little kickoff to the weekend. So, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend as well. Let me know what you guys are up to. I've been talking to a couple friends lately, and they said spring is in the air. One of them, in fact, said, I was wearing a bathing suit yesterday. Not in Chicago, snowed last night. Now, we are nowhere near spring around here. It won't get spring around here until about May. But we're still fired up, still having a good weekend, had a good week. Love hanging out with you guys. Let's make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday, and let's roll out the weekend slate of bets where we get to talk all the big major sports leagues. We'll touch them all today, and we'll get out some bets in the league. So throwing up yesterday's recap, we'll be really quick. We only had the one play there with Halliburton over 3.5 made three-pointers at plus 150. He did not come through for us in cash for us. He took the volume that we talk about. He takes about 7 3-pointers a game. He took 7, 0 for 7. That happens. Some days I'm shitty at my job. Some days you're shitty at your job. And Halliburton yesterday was shitty at his job, going 0 for 7 from three-pointer. But then the game went to overtime, and he goes 2 for 2. So he ended the game 2 for 9. I guess you could, although I guess if he makes a couple three-pointers in regulation, the game probably doesn't go to overtime. So he just had a bad night shooting. That's what happened. So, yeah, we lost our only play of the day. We never got in that James Wiseman play, as you guys saw. I sent out the tweet. Duran was playing, and I was just worried that his minutes would cut into Wiseman. Of course, Wiseman went over. Classic, right? You lay off of it because you're nervous with playing minutes, and he goes over. So, and then we never got the line there in the Knicks-Kings game that we wanted, so never got an opportunity to bet that one. So, yep, only play. We lost a unit on yesterday's action, but still positive on the week. We did pick up a $10 free bet over on DraftKings, and we picked up a $50 free bet over on Bet Rivers by betting the tennis tournament last night. We used a little bit of arbitrage. It cost $1.70 to get a $50 free bet, but that is well worth it, right? That's why we have this running arbitrage money. We can spend it however the hell we want. We decided yesterday to spend it in a little bit of a way where we earned a $50 free bet. So love to see that right there. So that was the recap from yesterday. Nice and easy and quickly done. Can't get much. Let's just roll, fellas. We got a nice big show on tap. I'm going to go ahead and start with the soccer first, and there won't be a ton of explanation for this because at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we're firing up between the posts with Matt and I. So I will touch on some of these bets that aren't in Premier League, but if you want any justification for the Premier League bets, just hang around for another 20 or so minutes and come check out Between the Posts with Matt and I. We'll talk all 10 games this weekend in the Premier League, so let's toss those suckers up on the screen here. Let's go ahead and roll with the Liverpool-Man United team total over 1.5 goals at plus 121. Liverpool's taking on Bournemouth this weekend. They're going to absolutely roll Bournemouth. When United's at home, love that they're at home against Southampton, bottom feeders of the Premier League. And to be quite honest, their two-legged tie in Europa League's over. So this is not a, we've got to maybe conserve some guys for our trip on Thursday down to Spain. They're not getting dusted 3-0 in Spain next Thursday. So that tie is over. They'll resume their focus on the Premier League, resume their quest on potentially a title charge, but at worst, a top 4 campaign. Both of those teams will get 2+ goals, and we'll get a good plus 120 cash. We'll go ahead and take West Ham and Aston Villa under 9.5 corners. Love justifying that one, but you guys know we cash under 9.5 corners midweek in Brentford and Fulham. So the justification is going to be right around that same kind of thing of obviously these two teams stay under corners in their respective matches. So we'll do under 9.5 corners at minus 120 over on MGM. We'll do Leeds Brighton. Sorry, that's Leeds Brighton. Leeds Brighton over 9.5 corners at minus 105. Fulham Arsenal on Sunday. We'll take a both teams to score at minus 103 to round out the Premier League card. That being said, I've got a couple other spots that I've eyed. I just kind of want to feel Matt out on Between the Posts. It's always good to, maybe get his opinion on what he thinks what's going to happen this week in the Premier League. So that's what I'm rolling with. That's what I'm confident in from a research perspective. But maybe we do add to it after Between the Posts or during Between the Posts. Actually, I would add it right on the show. If Matt kind of is in line with what I'm kind of thinking and maybe he's seeing the same, then I'll fire off maybe one more bet. So that's how we'll roll. Again, this week in the Premier League, we'll move over to the Bundesliga where we will do a Bayern Dortmund We'll do Bayern Dortmund. So Bayern's taking on Augsburg at home. They'll absolutely roll them. I mean, they roll everybody, generally speaking, in the Premier or in the Bundesliga, and they're at home against Augsburg. So that's generally enough speaking. And I'm not worried about Dortmund. They're taking on Schalke, first of all, which is the 19th place in the Bundesliga. They're just absolutely struggling. And Dortmund, I'm not really not worried about a hangover there from the exit of Champions League. A, I obviously expected them to be exited from the Champions League, but two, you're in the middle of a Bundesliga fight, for a title, and perhaps Bayern slips up a little bit because they still do have Champions League aspirations, and just a little bit of a slip up can get Dortmund that Bundesliga title. So they're going to refocus right here where they are domestically and trying to be Bundesliga champs. So, and again, they're taking on Schalke, 19th place. It's not like they're taking on one of the better teams this week in the Bundesliga. It's bottom feeder in the league. So we'll go ahead and take Dortmund and Bayern on a team total of over 1.5 goals at minus 104 on Bet Rivers. And then while we didn't have over 1.5 goal parlay last weekend, we picked up 2 this weekend. We get some great matchups in the Bundesliga and League One. And we don't have to go 4 legs like we've been generally doing 4 legs. We get good matchups, so we can do 3-legged parlay. So you can see the first one there is 3 matches in the Bundesliga, and then the one on Sunday is 1 match in the Bundesliga and 2 matches there in League One. So hopefully soccer can be cool to us this week, and I look forward to sitting back in the early morning and catching these games and looking to meet you guys at the cash counter after every single one. So that's how we're rolling this morning in the soccer. Let's go ahead and jump on into... let's just roll right on to today's bets, and then we'll jump to that comment section, and we'll do one big old comments. So we're going to go ahead and roll with Backlund here, the Calgary Flames guy that you guys are more familiar with. I tweeted the justification for this one. How about he's cashed in 10 of his last 11? 10 of his last 11, and no shit, look at that price we're getting at plus 110. He's cashed in 10 of his last 11. When he went up against the Ducks earlier this season, he cashed over 3.5 shots on goal. Flames take the second most shots in the league. Ducks allow the most shots. We've kind of been monitoring, we know they allow the most shots in the league. Everybody's well aware of that. There are 226 shots worse allowed than the team right behind them. So they're staying well more than 200. This is a team that just absorbs pressure and is like, just shoot it on our goddamn net. So, and a dream matchup, right? Going up against the Flames, who take the second most shots. And again, Backlund is cashing 10 of his last 11. We're getting it at plus money. I love that right there. What about Fred VanVleet? Yep, the book's caught up. It was only a matter of time. We talked about it. They weren't going to hang us a 7.5 for much longer. We did get bumped up to 8.5 at plus money. All right, here's the Lakers. I told you guys I was going to dig into the research and see what had been going on, and then what about the Lakers. The Lakers are good versus the point guard position. They're from a field goal perspective on the season. They rank in the top third in terms of defending point guard and being good at limiting points and field goal percentage. They allow 55.5, only gotten better in the last 14 days as it's down to 43.6. So this suggests that he should struggle scoring. And like we've seen with other matchups, when you struggle to score, that should mean you should be a facilitator. They allow 8.1 assists per game, which is worse in terms of the bottom 10 in the NBA. And that's improved in terms of ours, not improved for the Lakers standpoint, improved for us. It's up to 8.7 assists over the last 14 days to the point guard position. So love that one right there. At the win of that same game, we'll go ahead and do over 224.5 points at minus 110 over at BetMGM. I've got the Lakers winning 116 to 114. That's a total of 230. These two teams played earlier this season in Toronto. No Anthony Davis, no LeBron James, and the game still went easily over 224.5. So we'll bet that one over 224.5 at minus 110 over at BetMGM. What about NASCAR head-to-head plays? What's the big rush of getting in NASCAR plays? I've been betting NASCAR for a while. Those lines just don't move on NASCAR. Why am I hesitant, though, to give NASCAR bets? They're racing on a short track this weekend, relatively speaking. It's a 1-mile track over at Phoenix. But they're using the short package that they're going to run, at all the short tracks. They're doing it at Phoenix. So they've never ran this package before. They didn't run this at the Clash in the Coliseum earlier this year. So who do we know is going to be able to take this package and get the most speed out of it? We don't know. They've never run this package. So while we know who's been doing good this season, we know previous data at Phoenix Raceway to kind of give us what we think we'll want to bet this weekend. Why would you make a bet without seeing practice times tonight? They guys get to practice tonight on this racetrack using this package. Wouldn't you like to know that data? Wouldn't you like to know the teams that take that package and can get the most speed out of it? I know I sure do before I put my money on a head-to-head bet. So, again, the markets never move in NASCAR, so I just don't see the big rush of betting it. So, we'll watch practice today. We'll take those times, and we'll see who's got some speed. And then we'll use that with the season data, with the Phoenix, historical data, and then we'll crank out some head-to-head bets either this evening or tomorrow whenever I have a chance to, kind of get around to it. So that's what we're thinking in NASCAR this weekend. I just, it feels like you wouldn't be a stretch if you bet a NASCAR bet now, but you're not betting it with all the data. Like, you've been betting it with incomplete data, so why do that? So I won't do that. I'll wait till tonight, see who's got some speed on the practice sessions, and then we'll bet NASCAR accordingly this evening. So that's how we're rolling with this weekend, fellas. A nice little card, I think, in soccer over the course of 2 days, and then tonight, obviously, we've got a couple of player props in the NHL and the NBA, and then we've got the one over there as well. And then, of course, obviously, you stay with me on Twitter all weekend long. We've got NHL and NBA to add to it as well. Let's hop in that comment section. What are you guys betting this weekend? Go ahead and let me know as I roll through these comments. Easy win for Man United, and Rashford scored in the 6-minute mark. Yeah, got a nice little... The pass wasn't headed to him off of Bruno. It looked like the pass was going to Weghorst, but it falls to Rashford, and hottest guy on the planet's not going to miss that opportunity. So love to see that right there. And yeah, 4-1. Cruise right on. Love to see it, and glad you had a bounce-back day, Jared. Glad you had a bounce-back day. Pacers were up 11 with 20 seconds to go and gave up a lazy dunk. You just missed that? I don't want to tell you, Cole, but I guess I'll tell you. I actually took under 8.5. I have no idea why I did minus 8.5. I think I did 9.5, and then I was surprised to see I got a cash. So I actually thought I got a loss too. So heartbreaking stuff, Cole. Heartbreaking. A nice Grizzlies comeback. Yeah, they took care of Golden State. You saw the confrontation between Brooks and Draymond Green. You heard the podcast with Draymond Green. I saw it on TikTok. Somebody made a video. Draymond Green just threw that poor guy under the bastard. But Grizzlies got the last laugh. They got the win last night. So the Arsenal game, yeah, that was a great game. Although 2 goals in the first half, 1 set pieces, other goals in set pieces. Arsenal's got to clean that up. It wasn't like Arsenal was that beat up. I mean, they still give up chances, and Sporting looked good, but I don't think Sporting is going to be that successful at the Emirates next Thursday. So I still expect Arsenal to progress, and I still think we're on track, not knowing bracket-wise, for an Arsenal-Man United Europa League final. Let's bring it on. What's up, Corey? Morning, man. Hope you're doing well. Morning, good night. Good morning. DK still showing... no shit, really? Let's go see that. Wow. Oh, it just changed. Lines change so goddamn quick. I literally bought this like 20 minutes ago, and yeah, you're right. It's at 7.5 at minus 145. If you guys want the juice with a lower number, if that suits you, great. Let me just hop on FanDuel and see if they've also gone down to 7.5. If you're curious, so obviously has a 7-0 hit rate at over 7.5. If you want to know at over 8.5, it's still 5 of 7. It's still a great hit rate at 5 of 7. That's why I'm willing to roll too. It's okay, they did bump it up a number, but still a great hit rate at 5 of 7 at plus money at plus 122. If obviously the hit rate over those last 7 that we've been kind of emphasizing here wasn't 5 of 7, then maybe it gives you a touch of cause. Wow, 128 on FanDuel there, Cole. I'm freeing Fred Van Fleet over 7.5 assists at minus 128. So I guess all the books have come down a number. Now you're back in it's hitting 7 of the last 7. We know all that. So I guess, can you even get this? Maybe I should change mine. I'm MGM 7.5. Should I change mine? Is that fair? Like, should we all bet the same number? I am. Let me check Barstools. If Barstools, and then, I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me. Like, should we all have the same number and we all just bet FanDuel at 7.5 at minus 128? Fred Van Fleet's at 7.5 over on Bet Rivers. What do you guys think? Should I change mine to 7.5? Even though, I'll just go throw another unit on it. What do you guys think? Yeah, you just got it at minus 128. Yeah, minus 128 FanDuel is the best price. I think I should do it so we should all have the same. Let me see. I think I should do it so we all have the same number. Yeah, minus 128. Let me get a unit on it. Make sure I can get my unit in on this. And I will, since we're all getting 7.5, I'll come along on the 7.5. So I'm going to change that so people who watch the replay aren't getting the wrong thing. Let's change that to 7.5 minus 128. Man, stuff moves quick on you, fellas. Let's change this. So now we're back to a 7-0 hit rate. Love it. And you still get the same thing of we defend the point guard good. And those two, again, they kind of go hand in hand. Oh, nice. And we got another 25% profit boost. Love it. Love it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Get my unit on it, so I'm coming along with you guys. All right, minus 128. I'm in. And we got a profit boost here. We can spend that hell while we're here if you want. Got another profit boost on FanDuel. They've really stepped their game up. Gotta give it to them. Let me log out here. Let me get this up on the screen. All right, get this off. We're no longer betting 7.5 or 8.5. It's no longer the bet. We're betting 7.5. We're all coming along for the 7.5 ride at minus 128 on FanDuel because nobody can get 8.5. That's no longer a bet. All right. Yeah, can't get that anymore. So here we go right there. 7.5. All right, what do we got here? Cole, you guys get that. Great House. Nice. First of all, I've never seen a comment from Great House, so appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning, man. Interesting stat for Phoenix. 10 of the last 11 races of the events when I started in the top 10. Tough bet. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. This is definitely a track where starting position matters big time. Oh, big time. Big time. Big time. No, I'm with you exactly right there. And this just doesn't seem to be a big rush, just knowing the NASCAR market. So, morning, Ross. What's up, man? Raptors are -2 tonight, but are 2-10 against spread as road favorites this year. Great. Just hit the over. All right, Cole? Just hit the over. Fed Fleet, -128. Yep, that's what we're going to roll with. That's going to be the official bet. That is the best price. I guess I didn't check Caesars. Let me check Caesars real quick. In fairness, I didn't check Caesars. Hold on. Yeah, they got -154. So FanDuel, as Chris is saying, and as Cole said, we're going to roll with Van Fleet over 7.5 at -128. Over 7.5 at -128. What else are you guys betting today? I got a few minutes before I got to go do between the posts. What do we got, fellas? What do we got? What do we got, fellas? Anybody? What do we got, fellas? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Feed me some information, fellas. Come on, fellas. Go back to the hype music. It's Friday, baby. I googled hype music, and this is what came up. #1 on YouTube. This is the hype music according to YouTube. Yeah, I'm fired up. Friday, man. It's Friday. I feel like not in a good mood today. What's wrong? It's Friday, baby. Friday. You bought Suns tickets for this weekend. Oh, man. Oh, how about here are two things in the NBA. Why the NBA is always goofy post All-Star break. Did you see the Nets, the starters, scored 15 points last night, and the bench players got 98? Like, what? How do the starters get 15 points and the bench scores 98 points? Like, man, the NBA can really just drive you batty. 15 points from the starting group. I'm telling you, man, rosters is crazy. But the thing I was going to say about your Suns thing is, yeah, people are outraged. But, I mean, it's not like the Suns, did anything to, deceive the fans. I mean, he slipped in warm-up and rolled his ankle, and now he's out 2 to 3 weeks. So it seems like it's a legit injury. But obviously the ticket sales for that were up 226% is what I saw. Up 226%. I mean, I'm gutted for those fans, right? You pay that price, you expect to see KD. You obviously bought tickets for this weekend. You were expecting to probably see KD. That's probably maybe why you bought the ticket. So I feel your pain, Ross. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, it sucks. I guess take Chris Paul's over, right? Is that what we're doing now, too? Are we switching to Chris Paul's over? Because we know under is no longer a play because Durant's out 2 or 3 weeks. Jump back on the over. But then they're no longer going to hang a 11, 12 and a half. Books are going to know, oh, no KD. And you're going to see his number go back to, my guess would probably be that 17, 18 and a half. So once you think you've got an edge over the books, you don't have an edge over the books. They knew KD's out. Wait till that line comes out tomorrow for his total prop. It'll be 17, 18 and a half. They only hung 11, 12 lately because KD was on the floor, obviously. Looking forward to the coffee and sweating live gold bets this weekend. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Corey. You've been on a banger of a little run there. So Yeah, I love first half overs in soccer. I love it. I'll probably bet, I'd imagine, a first half over in Bayern Dortmund. Because if you do a parlay, you don't have to wait for them to come plus money like you do around like minute 20, 25. So if you got two teams that you just like, there's going to be a goal in this first half, you just parlay them pre-match and you can get it at plus money. But yeah, that's a good one to keep an over on. Obviously, Leicester Chelsea is a good one to keep an over on. I think Leeds Brighton is a good one to keep an over on. And then I think that's it for Saturday. Sunday, Fulham Arsenal is a good one for an over. So obviously I like goals in that one. I got both teams to score in that one. So good luck, Corey. Look forward to hearing about all your winners over the weekend. Let me know. Hit me up. All right, fellas, that's it, man. Unless you guys got anything else, I say we'll drop. We'll kind of go our ways for 30, 40 minutes. And those that are interested and want to hear Premier League this weekend, maybe see what Matt's got. Maybe Matt's got some bangers up his sleeve to go ahead and provide you guys this weekend. I bet he's going to tail my team total parlay. You know he's the Liverpool homer. Everybody knows he's going to want Liverpool over Bournemouth. And then he's going to like United over Southampton. I bet I can get him along. Oh, and that's a 2-unit play, by the way. I didn't even mention that. That's a 2-unit play. 2-unit play on that team total of Liverpool, Man United over 1.5 goals. So, all right, let's see what Matt's got on between the posts. See if he can't give us some more winners and see if he can't agree with me. And maybe I'll give you guys another winner on between the posts. Thank you guys for another week. Let's come back here on Monday and ring that goddamn cash register. Let's ring the goddamn cash register come Monday morning. That's the goal. All right, fellas, have yourself a good one.